Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. The C word, as in compensation, is kind of a dirty word in this community because it is something that always has a loaded expectation or lack of expectation. There are people who don't think that compensation should ever be a thing, that it is something that we should never expect because we should just be thankful that we play this game. And then there's the opposite end of the spectrum. There's the people who think that we should get compensation for every little thing. And now that it used to be, I used to call it the 6-star Nexus Pitchfork Mafia, but now it's the Abyss 6-star Nexus, and that also makes sense since Paragon players got one of those for free from Kabam Santa in December of 2022, where if the game's down for 5 minutes or there's a bug, it's, Prof, do a video. Talk about everybody deserves a free 6-star Nexus. Now, look. If Kabam ever decided to do that, I would be happy for people, but given what Kabam Santa did and what we've seen for compensation packages in the past, it would still be progression-based. So, for those of you screaming for a 6-star Abyss Nexus who are Cavalier or uncollected, how would you feel if you got a 6-star but somebody else got a Nexus or Abyss Nexus instead? Because I still expect if that ever happened, which it probably won't, that to be the reality of future compensation, because that's what's happened in the past. With all that being said, there is a compensation going back to last month that we still have not seen released in the game. And I did a video about this a few weeks ago, and I haven't done a video on this since because, quite honestly, I didn't think there was an update. And there wasn't that I know of until now on the forums. So, more compensation is coming for some people. Now, does that mean I'm affected? I don't know. I don't even remember this in terms of my activity because my brain is like a goldfish now. I'm basically like Finding Dory. Compensation's missing from February 23rd. Yes, that was yesterday on Thursday that this post hit the forums. Where is the compensation promised for the bug of the secondary quest of the last month? Now, last month was, I think, the first time we saw the threat level 1 through 5. And there were some fights that weren't acting as they should have, not acting as they read. I think the one that I can think of, was it Juggernaut, that you had to parry, then heavy, then intercept, maybe like twice. And that should not have been the case. And people lost several items and units and revives on that. And they never fixed it. Now, is that the exact bug that they're discussing here? I don't know. It's hard to keep track. You know, the game's kind of struggled out the gate with all these new categories of content when you're like having a hard time figuring out what the heck they're talking about. But anyhow, compensation's missing. Where's the compensation promised for the second? Well, Kabam Jack said, update, there is a package pulled together to address the situation. But here's the thing. Timeline is uncertain. So that's unique. Like usually Kabam Jax or Kabam Mike or somebody else says there's discussions about compensation that are still ongoing, right? That's kind of like the standard response. But not here. Here, literally, there's a package pulled together. He said, I'd estimate within the week, similar to the Battlegrounds objectives package, which I appreciated. Now, does that mean that there might be a few revives or energy? Hopefully. I still don't know why Kabam doesn't just give a couple hundred units. They used to do that years ago, and it didn't break the bank. You know, it was enough. Even back then, it would have been enough for like one featured Cavalier Crystal, which is nothing. There's been 300 units for a 3-star. But Kabam has been so reluctant for the last few years on giving any units in compensation, and I think that that's just a bad look. And yet, we'll take what we can get, I guess. Delayed compensation is still better than no compensation. By the way, there's another message. It's still on its way. This requires more information from our data team than the Battlegrounds compensation. Battlegrounds compensation was sent to everyone, whereas the team needs to narrow down who is impacted on this one. Now, Lord knows how they're going to calculate that. I don't know. So for some people, more compensation is still on the way. I don't know who that's going to be, but take a look out, keep a lookout. Hopefully by the end of the weekend, but if not, maybe next week. Thanks for watching.